Guys, when I saw the trailer for this, honestly, it freaking scared me. Then I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, and yeah, that kind of scared me too. But now that I saw Passenger, let's talk about it. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to my Passenger movie review that I will be keeping spoiler free. And I want to go over the good because this movie does a lot of good stuff, but also a lot of bad stuff. Let's go over that too. And then rate it at the end using my super sophisticated 5-star rating system. And let's start with the good, dude. This movie does scary well when it does scary, and not the other stuff it does, which we'll get into. But dude, from like the vibe, the mood, the scene setting, the build up, even the jump scare, great jump scares here. Even though there are a lot of them you see coming from a mile away, I'm talking like jump scare in 3, 2, 1, boom, there you go. It's like that. But you can't help but appreciate some of what they do as far as the lighting's concerned. You know, you see the blinker going red, black, red, black. You know something's gonna be there, but you appreciate the way it's done. No detail. There's something that's done with a projector that is super freaking cool here. And it's like, man, this movie, like, it's doing some good stuff. I know the reviews are like, screw this crap, but I'm like, I don't know if this is that bad. Especially the first like 5 minutes of this movie, actually 7 minutes because I looked at the thing. Yeah, the first 7 minutes of this movie, this thing takes off and it's awesome. But I do have to warn you, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the first 7 minutes. So yeah, there's a little bit lost there for sure. And I will say, unfortunately, even though there's some great scenes here with the scary stuff, the best part about this movie is when you don't know what this is that's going on, because we're basically following a couple that lives the van life. I used to love watching those reality shows where they like make the vans into like apartments and shit, like the minimalist stuff. But you're following a couple and they're doing the nomad van life. They're traveling, and you know, it's one of those things where it's like this evil thing like just starts following you kind of shit, and it's on the road and it's creepy and it works. Unfortunately, the more you learn about this thing and the more you see about this thing, it starts to become less creepy. In fact, I do have to tell you, at some point when you start getting really good looks of this thing, it just isn't scary at all. I just got to warn you about that. And I know fear is subjective, but I'm pretty confident in saying this actually. And this movie does try to do a lot of things right. Like there's like this character development going on, and it's with a couple. I appreciate when a horror movie wants to actually have us care about the characters. The unfortunate part is I don't give a shit about these people. No. And it's not that it's bad acting. These actors are not bad at all. The thing is the relationship, I didn't buy it. Especially with the guy. It's just that there's no freaking chemistry. And believe me, this movie is trying to give you chemistry at very odd times, because I will say there's like a tonal shift thing here that's really weird, because you get like this horror moment that's really good and really well done for the most part. And you would think people are kind of traumatized and they're like, that, we want to sleep with the lights on or some shit. Nope. That night, they're in the woods camping, having like alone time. It's like, bro, you just had a horrible thing happen. That's like natural selection at that point. There's another horrible thing that happens, and you're just like, bro, this person's gonna be like super traumatized. No, the next day they're at a gift shop and they're like joking around, and, oh, do you like this shirt? Oh, and it's like, what? And there's a continuity thing issue here too, because no detail, somebody really hurts their leg. I mean, really hurts their leg. The next scene, they're trying to find someone and they're speed walking and the person doesn't have a limp at all. There's no blood, there's nothing. Apparently the director didn't remember, the DP didn't remember, the grip didn't remember, the freaking safety team didn't remember, none of the actors, nobody on the set was like, hey bro, like, you're supposed to have a limp. Nope. Didn't happen. Also, this movie sets some pretty clear freaking rules, but then it starts to break them. And when it breaks them, it's just like, yeah, like, you know, we were just joking about the rules. You don't have to freaking, yeah, nah. And this is where it starts to feel a little bit like kind of amateurish, which is strange because the director here, how do I pronounce this shit? André Øvredal. Yeah. I can't pronounce it, but I know who this guy is, bro. He did a bunch of freaking great horror movies, including one of my favorites, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which is a phenomenal film if you've never seen that shit. The thing is, you watch this movie and you're like, this is his first film, right? Because like, there's no way he did Autopsy and like freaking 10 years later, this is what he did. I'm not saying it's like shit, because Passenger is not shit. It's just, there's some amateur filmmaking stuff done here that you're just kind of scratching your head. And this isn't a huge thing, but I will say, they like to put all this music in here, like with all these songs and all this stuff. But the thing is, the songs are like royalty-free music. Like it's just a generic as shit, dude. And that's the vibe you kind of get from this movie sometimes. Even though the scares are great, there's this generic thing going on with this film. Almost like it's a straight to streaming film, That's really good for a straight to streaming film. And it's frustrating because I'm telling you right now, there's a fantastic movie in here somewhere. It's just not the one we got. And part of it may not even be this movie's fault, dude, because we just got spoiled. We got Hokum and freaking Obsession, like back to back, and then this came out. It's almost like having freaking filet mignon for freaking 2 weeks, and then suddenly somebody gives you a freaking Big Mac. Horror has been a lot more high level now lately. So when you feel like you're watching something from the early 2000s, it's yeah. I still didn't hate it though. I didn't. Yeah. Guys, what did you think of Passenger? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like, subscribe, and whatever to all this stuff that I have. And thanks for watching.